Good evening, everyone. This is Harold and Delonica with Love and Marriage, and we are so excited to be coming back to you on tonight with another segment of successful. I'm sorry. See, I always get it wrong. That's why I be telling her to do it. But the secrets to a successful marriage, and that is what we're going to be talking to you tonight.
That's good. Babe, I thought you did well. I thought you did good. That's why I always want you to start us off. But hey, you guys, it feels like forever since we've been on Facebook, social media. But you know what? I'm excited tonight to be on so we could talk and share some of our pearls with you tonight. But you guys, tell us where you tuning in from. If you tuning in from whatever city, whatever state, whatever country, let us know. Put it in down below and in the comments. And if you're watching us after we go off live, let us know that you are watching us on replay.
Yes.
But hey, I'm ready to jump right into this. I'm excited.
Really?
Like,
You're excited?
I'm
Oh,
excited.
that's good.
You think
I
so?
need you to be excited. I need you to be excited.
You know why I'm excited though?
Why?
Because if we could just touch one relationship,
Yeah.
if we could just help one couple, if we could just help one person, so you guys tag your significant others, tag your wife, your husband,
Yes.
tag your kids if you want their marriage and their relationship to work. Tag people, let them know like Harold and Delonica is on, and y'all, we about to give it to you.
Yes. Yes. All right. Secrets to a successful marriage. Number one.
So the first one is to be quick to apologize.
Oh, that's good. Be quick
Yes.
to apologize. We used to play a game, and we used to challenge each other. Let's see who can be the first one to forgive in any argument, any discussion that is, going the wrong way. We used to try, we still do, but back then we used to do it more to see how we can forgive each other, who can be the first one to forgive each other.
Yes, yes. I think about too. I had a problem with that initially when we first started that. And I think it was, you guys, when you first get together, right? Y'all first start doing your thing together. You got to come together. But let me tell you guys, after 20 plus years of being together, for Harold and I learned for each season, we still need to reinvent ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
So do you like for each season, we still have to learn one another and then be quick not to offend each other.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
I truly believe that because it's hard to forgive someone you love. It is kind of hard, especially when you feel like they hurt your feelings.
Oh,
Women are
let's talk about
women
it.
are more in their feelings than men, I believe.
You
This is
think
just
so?
that's just me. That's just me. And sometimes I would have to, beat you to the punch. 'Cause I could see you sitting over there, your feelings hurt. I done said something to you, and I would have to say, you know what, babe, I apologize for the way I acted. And that had became a game with us. Like,
Yes.
you know, I was always trying to beat you in forgiveness.
Yes, yes, that is so true. And that was a game that I really enjoyed because it brought healing. You guys don't realize how much just saying I'm sorry and just saying, "Hey, I forgive you," what that does to a relationship. It really does bring healing.
It really does.
So that was one.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. The other thing, I think we're tying forgiveness and apologizing together.
Yeah.
Because it works together,
Yeah,
right?
it works together. I mean, you have to apologize and you have to forgive. And sometimes you may not be wrong, but you still should forgive and you should apologize.
Like, let's talk about that a little bit. If we could stick our finger in there.
Okay.
Because, babe, a lot of people feel like I don't owe you an apology if I didn't feel like I did you wrong.
Well, I love you.
Uh-huh.
And I choose to, the Bible even say, make peace with all men, and then shoot, I say make peace with your wife,
Oh, yes.
or, yeah, so you can have peace in your home.
Yes.
So I'm always pursuing peace with you. because I want a happy home.
No, that's true. That's good. And then I was thinking too, there's been times that Babe has told me, like, I didn't like the way that went down. I didn't agree with Babe at that moment, but because he felt some kind of way, I wanted to get it right. So I would apologize to him. I didn't always get that thing right, but I started learning as I matured. And so, speaking of maturity, emotional immaturity is
Number two.
another, number two.
Number two.
Yeah, babe, if you could get that, if you could grow up, I'm just going to go on and say it. I'm going to put it on out there, y'all.
So you telling the viewers you had to grow up. In
I
your
had to,
maturity.
baby, baby, it's crazy being 25 years old and you just throwing tantrums, right? I remember one time I even went to pastor and I was just like, hey, he was like, why you do that to Harold? And I was sitting there, I was about to come, y'all, I was about to come up with something good. I was about to give it to him, boy. I was like, well, because of A, B, C, and D, that's why I had to do it like that in E. But I didn't. I just sat for a second and I was like, I'm childish. That's why I did that to Harold, because I'm childish. And so that really hit me hard. Like, you be acting immature sometimes.
But that's pretty big of you to admit that you was acting childish, because most people can't admit when they're doing something out of sort. Out of place, you're out of pocket. And that brings me to a time when we had first got here in Dallas, in 2002. You used to always agree with me. Babe will agree with all the things. I just thought I was a genius because she would just always say, ooh, that is so profound, or ooh, that is good. And the one time she did not agree with me, I lost it. I was like, what? What do you mean you don't agree with me? And she has a right to agree and disagree. We all have a right to agree and disagree, but your level of immaturity, I had to grow up. I wanted you to agree with me, and I was upset. I was mad. So, that was a moment where I had to really grow up.
Oh, wow.
In my attitude.
Yeah. But you know what? I think it's so beautiful, babe, when we can get to the place where you could look at yourself, right? Where you can self-reflect on what is a better way for me to handle my emotions. And maybe the way I've handled it, or I saw it handled growing up, maybe that's not the correct way. It's not working. Right. If it's not working and it's causing so much division, I think we should take a look at ourselves and have a timeout.
That's good, because there's times in our childhood life our father or mother acted a certain way. And so then you take on your mama's and your daddy's curses, and you be like, this is just me.
Yes,
my
so
mama
just deal
made
with
me.
it.
Sister Jenny, she made me. Or Harold McDonald made me. But that's you have to reinvent yourself. You have to redo some things your spirit to be a better husband or a better wife. And that's one thing. That's one of the things that we did in our marriage.
Absolutely. So the next one is, speaking of, two wrongs don't make it right. It make it worse. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Okay, I'm gonna just put myself out there, right, y'all? I'm gonna do it, y'all. I'm gonna do it. Tell you my business again. But Babe would do stuff, y'all. It's like he would poke at me sometimes, just pick at me. And then as soon as I get ready to respond back to him, he'll say, don't eat that apple. Don't take a bite of that fruit.
Don't bite the apple.
Don't bite it, babe. He'll say, babe, don't bite it. And what don't bite it means is two wrongs don't make it right. It make it worse. So just because Babe is doing something to me don't mean I got to come out of my element, my ladiness, my wifiness, my woman, my queenness, and get on that level and respond back or clap back.
And how many people can truly say that you have acted like that? Really be honest in your relationship and say, I really, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to respond back. I didn't have to bite the apple. And many times in our relationship with each other, we tend to bite back. We tend to, okay, he said this to me, I'm gonna do this to him, and that draws friction in your
It don't
relationship.
make it better.
When you should allow God, you should allow God to
That's
correct
good.
her,
That's good.
and you should allow God to correct him, because you can't control people the way they do things. Just make sure that you're right and that you have no fault. That my wife could say, you just as bad as I am. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
And
good.
that's how we do. We just say,
Yeah.
no, you know what? You did it. You knocked on the door.
And it behooves me.
That's true. I took yours.
Yeah, I have to answer. So speaking of, that walks us right into the next one, which is give each other room to grow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one you
Because
showed me.
one of the things is that we was not raised up together. We do things. We have done things different in our home. You know, we didn't eat at the same time.
Right.
You know, you probably didn't take out the trash.
Well, babe, one
You
of
know.
our things was you would wake up early as soon as, the crack of dawn. And I'm like, babe, I'm ready I got 6 more hours in this thing. I need to sleep a little bit more. Like, it ain't time yet for me to get up. And you're like, babe,
I used to wake you up like,
come on, it's time
I
to
wake
get
up
on
the whole
up.
house. Like I thought everybody's supposed to be up with me, you know, and that wasn't the thing, you know, and we have to give each other room to grow because we're not like each other, you know. One of the things that I say, what is that saying that I say?
Better is in me.
No, better than me.
Oh,
I would
okay.
say that too.
Yeah.
But it's the other one I used to say. I still say it today, and that is, oh man, I can't think of it right now. But I used to say it all the time. You know, where oh man, I done lost that thought. But we just have to give each other room to grow, to be
Yeah.
who God has called them to be.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
she has my last name,
But we
don't think the same. And that's another segment that we're gonna get into at a later time. But she has my last name, and we don't think the same. And when we're in relationship, men, especially if you're a type person, I expect you to think like me. You should know what I'm thinking. What do you mean you don't know what I'm thinking?
Right,
You know?
right.
So, yeah, that was the thought that I was.
But you know what, you guys, I'm telling you, for you guys that are new couples out there, or you just now blending your marriage, right? Like, you guys, don't force your husband to be like a lady. Don't force your lady to
You
be
ain't
like a
gonna force me.
man.
You're not going to force me.
Yeah, come on, Alpha over
I'm
here
a
talking.
man.
He a
I'm a
man's man.
man.
But we do that, you guys. When we get into relationships, we try to customize one another to be like us. And truthfully, that's what attracted you to that person, is the opposite, that they was opposite of you. But I don't know why when we get married, we try to reform each other. We think we the potter. And then you use your husband and your wife as the clay. But it don't work that way. So anyway, we're moving on. Okay,
So number one,
was forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And be quick to apologize.
yes, be quick to apologize. It's your spouse. It's your significant other.
Yeah.
We should be able to forgive and forget.
Right.
Number two,
is immature emotions.
immature emotion. How many of us has been immature in our relationship with each other?
Just petty.
Yeah, petty. Just raise your hand as I talk to you. Just, raise your hand. The spirit can see you. So, number three,
2 wrongs don't make it right.
2 wrongs don't make it right. It makes it worse. And how many people out there can truly say that when you enter in with your saying, with whatever you need to say or get it off your chest, how it made it wrong. And it just made it worse. So
That's good. And then give each other room to grow was the last one.
yeah, and this is the last one, but this is the very important one, that you must give each other room to grow. I'm I'm not a woman. She's not a man. So that right there tells me that we have to give each other room to
Absolutely.
grow. I wasn't raised with you. You wasn't raised with me. So we have to learn each other in this marriage life. We have to she got to think like I think. I got to tell her how to think. You know, she got to tell me what she thinks, and that's how we get to know each other.
Oh, that's
We
good.
giving each other room
To
to
grow.
grow. So raise your hand if you know you need to give your spouse room to grow.
Put it in the comments. Raise the hand in the comment. Put the comment up. But you got, babe, I was just thinking, like, you guys, I really want to share this one little part about room to grow. Like, honestly, when you come together and you give each other that room to grow, and part of that is teaching each other how to love one another. That's part
That's
of giving
good.
each other room to grow, because we hear so many couples who's like, well, I thought he would have took out the trash, or I thought he would have hugged me, or I thought, she would have, did this for me, or she would have did. But you guys, we don't teach each other how to love one another. So I tell Babe what makes me feel loved, and
That's
Babe
good.
tells me what makes him feel loved. Him with you, Babe, you would say respect. Like, that makes me feel loved is when you respect me, you honor me, you appreciate me. And so y'all, I'm gonna give it to him, right? Y'all, I'm gonna give him a whole list of what I love about him.
That's good. That's why it's very important to go check out the 5 love languages, because as you take the assessment, it will tell you and show you how you need to be loved. What is your love language? And one of my love language was gifts,
Yes.
and your love language was affirmation,
Yeah. Affection.
affection. So I had to give her more affection.
Yes.
That
A whole
sometimes
lot.
be wondering why she always feeling on this
I'll
body.
be
I'm trying to like, babe, why you? I understand she wants that back. So sometimes I gotta pay attention to that. Sometimes I'm not, because I'm in my zone. I'm doing what I do. But when she start feeling on me, I'm like, okay, babe must need affection. Yeah.
And I love that now, because guys, like, sometimes we give up too quick. We're going to talk about that on another video. Sometimes we quit too quick.
quit too
And
quick.
we don't give each other that time to grow and reap the benefits of a full grown wife and a full grown husband.
All right. So you have it here with Harold and Delonica with Love and Marriage, the secret to a successful marriage. If you can take these tools and apply it to your marriage, I guarantee you, you will have a successful marriage. We love you, and we'll be back with you next week. Peace.